So look, what I tell people is that we're born with the ability to understand the market. So I've got an 8-month-old baby girl. She knows when I'm happy, she knows when I'm sad, and she's known this, by the way, for several months already. She was probably born with that ability. She knows when I pick her up, she knows when I drop her down. And markets are no more complicated. They're either happy, they're sad, some state in between, and they're either up or they're down. That's it. So babies understand financial markets. That's the first point. The second point is that in every day of our lives, we make investment decisions. We invest our time, we invest our effort, and sometimes we invest our money. But we invest our time. We plant. I have a garden, so we plant bulbs in the garden, and we wait 6 months for them to turn into flowers. But we know, the effort that we put in today is going to turn into something. We hope is going to turn into something in the future, and there's going to be risk involved in between. There's a frost or whatever. Those flowers aren't going to pop up. They're going to look rather brown or whatever it is. But we make naturally investment decisions every single day of our lives. And the process of investing money is not that different from the trade-offs that we make in our other investments. And every time I cross the road, I make a calculated risk-reward decision. Am I going to get run over, or am I not going to get run over? And some people will step out into moving traffic, and some people will wait until there's nothing in sight at all, and the road is completely clear. So we understand the markets, we make investments all the time, and we make risk-reward decisions every single day of our lives. Investing is a natural process for us. So how do we get rid of all this myth that financial markets are complicated and that you need to be an insider somehow to be able to do it? So the way that we try and do it is by making everyone an insider. We make everyone an insider by giving everyone in the world, anyone who wants to download Invstr, access to all the information that any professional, any finance professional has today, whether it's news, research reports, charts, market commentaries, the calendar of events that are coming out, all of the information, all of the data, all of the content that any professional has, we make available on Invstr today to anyone who wants it. But then we go 2 steps further. One, we try and make it understandable. So we get rid of all the jargon, and we express financial terms in ways that we can all relate to. So I saw this video by Tony Robbins, and he says, how do people learn? You can't teach people anything. People learn. So what's the most effective way for someone to learn something? And the learning process is about building a link between something that you know and something that you don't know. So we thought about how do we create that link for people between something that they know and something that they don't know, which is these financial factors. We said, well, we all know about personalities. We know about each other. We know about human beings. So why don't we express every single one of those financial factors as a human personality trait? So when you say that, let's take an example, BP has got a high dividend yield. Well, who the hell knows what a high dividend yield is? But if I told you that BP is a generous company because it gives you lots of money, well, now all of a sudden everyone can understand that. It doesn't give you money, obviously, but it makes it available to its shareholders. So we try and take financial ratios and express them in ways that people can understand. So I think that's a really important thing that Invstr is doing. The second thing that we do is that we connect all of our members to each other through the social network that we've created. Because if you believe that financial markets are really just about people, then the most valuable information that you can get is about what everyone else is thinking. And through the social functionality that we have and through the games that we have, what we do is we connect people to each other, and not just to each other, but to the insights that we can generate from this community of members on Invstr. That's really powerful. That doesn't exist actually in an organized format, even in the professional world. So we're actually going to put everyone at an informational advantage to all of the professional people involved in finance. And I think that's really, really exciting. And then what we do is we can teach people about themselves, because playing the markets is like playing a sport or a musical instrument. At the end of the day, there are lots of sports, lots of musical instruments. You have to figure out, am I good at playing the violin, or am I good at just beating on the drums? Everyone's got a different sport or a different musical instrument that they're good at. And then also, even once we've chosen the sport or the musical instrument, we play them in different ways. So I played water polo at university, and I was better sitting in defense and bugging the hell out of the person who was trying to attack than scoring goals. So that's what I did. But we all play our instruments or our sports in different ways. And in the same way, when it comes to investing, we're all going to play the markets in a different way. And what Invstr will help people do is figure out which instruments they're good at and which styles of investing they're good at, and we'll be able to match people up. So you have the information, you have more information because you're connected to the whole community, and everyone can learn. We can all learn what we're good at, and then we can actually put it to practice, because we're going to enable people to start investing with as little as $1. So Apple trades at $110 a share, but with $1, I'll be able to buy a part of an Apple share. So starting with someone who knows nothing about the markets, we're trying to take people who know nothing about the markets, and by making the information available to them in an understandable format and helping them understand about themselves and the kinds of things that they're better at doing, and then giving them the ability actually to make an investment, a real investment at the end of the day, we're trying to complete that whole value chain from taking people who know nothing with $1 to turning them into investors.